Every brand right now is asking the exact same question. How do we use AI without our customer thinking that we are faking it? Which is a valid question I think every brand should be asking themselves, especially as AI takes over every industry. Because the second a customer thinks the dress they found on your website or the bag or the pair of shoes they found on your website is fake, you just don't lose a sale. You lose that customer's trust forever, which is something that would cost you on the long run. So this is a valid question I believe every brand, every company, every organization should be asking. The first part is identifying where you want to use AI. Do you want to use it in the back end that is not front facing to the customer? But if you want to use AI in a front facing way, you need to ask yourself this question because customers are very sensitive to AI. Although we do have a group of people who embrace AI but don't mind, but you might have a base of customers for years who don't really like AI. So it's a valid question you really need to ask. So today I want to show you a version of AI in fashion that no one is talking about. And no, I'm not talking about generating fake products with AI because we've seen that all over social media. We've seen a lot of brands do that and it backfires in a way that a lot of brands don't even expect. But what I want to show you is how to incorporate AI as a part of storytelling for your brand that your customers actually want to watch and engage with, not to deceive them, but to extend the narrative of your brand, because AI is a great tool for storytelling. It's a great tool for creating editorial content without diluting the value of your brand. So here is the mistake that most brands are making as it relates with AI. They are using AI to generate fake products that don't exist. And this way, customers can always tell if your products are real or not. Some brands use it to generate a fake model with a products that don't even align with what the brand is offering. And customers who have been loyal to your brand for a very long time can always tell. Right now, customers are catching on really fast because there's nothing worse than falling in love with a product that you can't really have because it doesn't exist. But right now, there's a completely different application that is getting no attention at all. And that is using AI not to generate a product that doesn't exist, but to use it to curate and tell a story around the products that you might have existing already. You might have 1,000 of SKUs on your website that you can then use to curate some of these SKUs in a way that actually tell a story about a category, a color story, some sort of theme that you can then curate and tell a story and push it towards your customers. One thing that AI is good for is generating rapid ideas. You can come up with new ideas, fresh new ideas, hyper-personalized stories and narrative, all built around real and purchasable products that you have existing on your website. And that is a version of this technology that actually builds trust, not erode it. And that is a massive unlock for brand storytelling that teams are not yet tapping into right now. Because over the past 3 years of using this technology, I've been experimenting not only to create content, but also consulting with brands to identify the best possible way for them to adopt this technology. Because believe it or not, all brands are not using this technology the same way. Some brands are using it in the back of the house with their internal team to come up with new ideas and then go to the factory and manufacture this product. And some are using it to curate and tell stories. And this is one of the ways that I believe most brands right now can capitalize on this technology without diluting the value or the offering of their brand. So let me show you exactly what that looks like.
Imagine living in Paris, where every corner holds a new possibility for expression. I am Emily Legrand, a fashion maximalist at heart, and my style is my voice in this vibrant city. More is more, and less is a bore, is not just a mantra, it's my way of life.
So this is a shop story idea that I built with a single idea in mind, and that is color pink. So I want you to think of your catalog or whatever you have existing on your website. Let's say you have about 10 to 15,000 SKUs on your website. The concept is very simple. Think about all the pink product you have on your website and how you can curate that and bring it together on that one shopping link. And then creating a visual story, some sort of concept, some sort of idea, some sort of narrative around the color pink. And the theme of this story could vary from humor to fashion to whatever. You can also tap into pop culture using the color pink. This way, you're telling a story, you're curating a product that you have existing on your website, something real, something tangible, something people can actually shop. And I believe this is a concept that most brands can actually use to curate and tell a story around a product. I'm gonna give you another example. Maybe you have the color white and gold on your website and you're trying to curate white and gold story. You can curate all of these products, let's say about 500 to 1,000 pieces on your website, which are white and gold. You can curate that under one single link and generate a visual representation of what this could look like. This way, you're not necessarily selling a product per se, so you're selling an idea. You're broadening that category to tell a story about a concept and an idea. So you're not exactly selling a false product, you're only selling the feeling of white and gold. And you can use AI to generate this, it doesn't really matter because whatever you generated with AI is not exactly what you're selling. You're selling the concept, you're selling the idea. Using nothing but real shoppable products that you have existing on your website. For this editorial, for example, I started with a single narrative thread, which is pink, as a mood, not as a product. So I'm not exactly selling you what the AI models are wearing in the editorial I created, but I'm selling you the feeling of pink. And that way I can put together everything pink on the website and feature it using this image, either on the website, either as a part of a newsletter, or even on social media. And that is the shift you can actually make use of with this technology. Most content always start with the item and then work their way backwards. But this starts with a feeling, the feeling of pink. Then I was able to work forward to decide on which of these products actually fit into this category. And from there, the process was really simple in 3 moves. First, set the world. What is the concept? What is the theme? What is the idea you're trying to communicate? Before a single product was curated as a part of this story, I built the visuals, the mood, the environment, the texture, the colors in such a way that the story has a place to live in. Using a model in a space and not just on a plain white background. Number 2 is casting the character. What character fits into the story you're trying to tell? What kind of model, what kind of look and feel do you want to convey with the products that you have existing? The styling, the pose, the attitude, everything is built to match the emotional register of the world that I just built. This is where AI-assisted concepting is genuinely powerful. From here, you can then iterate on the mood and direction in a matter of minutes instead of days or even weeks. And step 3, this is where the fun actually happens. This is where you curate the product into the shelf of the world that you've just built. And this is the part that brand consistency skips. Now, every product that I curated under this hero video is real. It's shoppable. Customers can actually click into any of these products and be able to shop them. And all of these products that have been included as a part of this story all reflect the story above. AI helped me build the world that these products live in. But it never really touched any of the products themselves. And this distinction is the entire point. The customers aren't sold a fantasy that they can have, but instead they are being sold a feeling, the feeling of pink. And then I was able to offer them shoppable options of pink products for them to be able to step into this world that I just created. And this is a part I want brand teams watching this to sit with for a minute. AI generated fantasy content can give you a viral moment, but AI curated storytelling with real products and AI elevated presentation builds something that compounds over time. Customers trust, repeat purchase. You haven't lost their trust because you're not exactly selling them a fantasy that they can have or selling them a fake products that don't really exist. Instead, you're using AI to curate a feeling, to tell a story, and then curate your product, your real products that you have existing on your website to bring them into the world you've just created or whatever theme you're trying trying to convey. And this is a point of view that your competitors won't be able to easily replicate, because it's not a tool that is doing the work. It is the taste behind the curation. The brands that will win in the next 5 years aren't the brands with the most AI output. They're the ones who use it to tell something true, and they do it faster. If you're a brand or a creative thinking about ways to actually use this technology in a way that doesn't burn the trust you have with your customers, this is a model for you. Curate the story using AI, but feature existing and real products. I'll keep breaking down more of this framework. Hit the like button for this video if you found this useful, and also make sure you subscribe to my Substack. I'm gonna drop the link in the description below. I enjoy breaking down the use of AI not as hype, but as something that you would actually find useful, either as a brand or a creative. So if you're a brand or a creative, I would like to know how exactly you're using AI right now, if you're using it at all, because a lot of brands and creatives are using it in so many different ways, and some people are actually very confused about how to approach it. So it will be very informational and useful for you to drop it in the comment section below for others to learn about how you are presently using AI as a part of your workflow. I'll see you in the next video.